When I think of the brand Bulova, those typical iced out watches with some crazy designs come to mind. But the Lunar Pilot proves that Bulova are not just a mall brand making some overpriced watches. The Lunar Pilot was first introduced back in 1971. It was the first ever watch worn on the moon by astronaut David Scott during the Apollo 15 mission in 1971. So clearly the timepiece has a lot of history. Being the first watch on the moon is a title only one timepiece can ever get the chance of holding. And quite frankly guys, the fact that the watch was actually worn on the moon is insane. How can it possibly withstand the pressure within space where there's zero atmosphere and keep ticking away with no issues? Now Bulova did reintroduce the watch back in 2010 and it was pretty much an instant hit. People still love that watch to this day. With $500 it's hard to find a watch that looks this expensive. I mean, slap a Rolex logo on that and it could easily retail for $10,000. One of my friends even stated they prefer the design of the Lunar Pilot over the Rolex Daytona, and that's the beauty of the watch community. Anyone can have their own opinion. So subscribe to this channel so we can reach 1,000 subscribers where everyone can share their watch opinions, suggest video ideas, and take part in group calls that will be recorded and posted to this channel. But anyways, the Lunar Pilot is a massively popular watch, and you can't deny the blue and white dial is pretty stunning. I love that combination, I'm not gonna lie. But let's hear what the man himself, Teddy B, had to say about the Lunar Pilot.
Now, in terms of the points of consideration when looking at this timepiece, I would say the number one con of this watch is going to be the size for the majority of the people out there. Now, this is going to wear much smaller than that 45mm case size. For example, we'll show just this on the wrist of Will. He does a lot of the shooting here. He has a wrist size around 7¼ inches, and it works very well on his wrist. He has no problem with pulling this one off. But for those with smaller wrists, this is going to simply be a no-go, which is unfortunate because on the flip side, this simply is one of the more intriguing, affordable, or attainable watch. I don't want to throw affordable out there so loosely because this is still a significant chunk of change to be throwing at a watch. But in terms of what you have packed in that price, this is certainly a standout. Legibility is great. You also have the historical connection of this timepiece, and in terms of the accuracy of this watch as well, while getting kind of that clean sweep that many people I think will like to see when they're going for a mechanical watch, you get that with quartz accuracy, really a winning combination there. So simply put, if you want a historically relevant, well-built, incredibly accurate moon watch design, the Bulova Lunar Pilot is the best one under $1,000.
So sadly, yes, the Lunar Pilot is on that larger side, and it's not going to suit everyone's wrists, as if you actually do care about the proportion of watch to wrists. Some people say it should be 60%, other people should be 80%. To me, I think it should be around that 60 to 70%. And as Teddy did mention, the clean sweep on this watch is just so satisfying. For that $500 price tag, how can you really complain about the design of this watch? I mean, it smashes other watches at the same price point out the water in terms of the design and appeal. But guys, you're gonna have to let me know in the comments, are you considering picking up a Lunar Pilot? I would personally recommend this timepiece for someone within that $500 budget. You can probably find this watch in second-hand condition in pretty decent shape for an even more reasonable price if you really want to save on those pennies. However, many people would tell you this is an entry-level watch. Personally, I think it's something you can work your way up to and save up to. $500 is a lot of money, and if you are considering this as your starter watch, then you can't really go wrong. It's got a solid movement inside with a ton of history, so it's a good choice for your first ever watch. It's also a good choice for a watch to work your way up to. I know I dream of having this in my collection one day. Leave a like on the video, and if you enjoyed it, subscribe, where everyone can